everybody. Collier Swagger in Birmingham, Alabama. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Wanted to share with everybody an answer to a question we get asked often. A lot of times by folks from out of state, even folks in state that don't truly understand what the homestead law is here and how it affects your property taxes in Alabama. And one of the main benefits, I should say from the start, of why it's such a big deal, in case you're wondering why is he talking about this, is that everybody in Alabama is granted one homestead exemption for their one place that they call as their primary residence, and for a couple they share one homestead. And as a result of that, what the exemption does, it basically cuts your property tax that you pay to the local county in half. And so if you don't have a homestead exemption on your property, you pay essentially a full tax rate. So let's say your property tax were $2,500. If you'll go and take your deed after you close on your property, after you've bought it as your primary residence, you should get the deed from the attorney. Take it down to your local county courthouse. In our case, it's in Shelby County, it's Columbiana. In Jefferson County, you can go to either downtown or you can go to any one of the satellite offices in different parts of Jefferson County. And you go to the tax assessor's office and you ask them to file for homestead. And when you walk in there, they'll record it as for homestead, and from that point forward until you sell the property, it will be essentially half price. So one thing to keep in mind is you must go down to the courthouse and file that. It's nothing automatic about it. And just because the property was homesteaded with the prior owner does not mean that the current owner gets the benefit of that exemption, because it is very specific to the actual person owning the home. Case in point of where the issues do arise are, I'm working on one right now where a non-profit organization owns it. So in other words, a non-human, a company owns the home. And as you recall, the homestead law is for people. It's for people to call as their primary residence. So therefore, the homestead exemption cannot exist anytime you have something like that. And for the year in which my buyers are actually buying this home, the taxes at closing, unless negotiated otherwise, will be prorated at the full tax amount, not a homesteaded amount, and they won't get the benefit even when they file their file for homestead. They won't get the benefit of that homestead exemption to the following year because of how taxes are billed in Alabama, and the fact that property was not homesteaded at the time that they bought the property. You might say, when and how do they decide at what point it becomes homesteaded for the lower rate? It's not automatic. So in other words, if you're in the middle of a tax year, right now we're in January of 2011, and if you went down and you filed your homestead exemption right now on a property that was not homesteaded, you wouldn't see the benefit of that until October of 2012. Why is that, you say? Because in Alabama we bill property tax in arrears. In other words, it's assessed to the classification whether it's homesteaded or not, and among other things, on the day of October 1st of every year. And however it's classified on October 1st, the following October 1st, a bill will come due based on that classification. So in our scenario, the fact that I go file tomorrow in mid-January 2011 for homestead on October 1st of this year, which is 2011, it will be classified as homesteaded, and the bill related to that property will be reflected in 2012. A little bit complicated, but if you think about it, it's pretty simple. If you got questions about the homestead law or the homestead taxes or anything about real estate, email me. Collier@megaagentrealestate.com. Have an awesome day.